Hello my friends, welcome to this week's $5 craft. This is our little make and take this week. This week we are making adorable tiny little plant shelves. I'm so excited to share them with you. Alright, so what we're doing is we're starting with a little piece of chipboard. We're thinking about how long we want our shelf to be on the bottom. So I'm thinking I want my shelf to be about that long. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this up. So this will be the bottom and then the side of our little shelf. Okay? Then I'm taking hot glue, and I'm actually using primarily hot glue for this project because I am someone that likes immediate satisfaction, and the hot glue dries right away and it bonds to all sorts of stuff. So then I'm going to think about my next shelf layer. So I think I want my shelf to maybe be about that tall, I'm guessing. And then, so I'm going to kind of cut a little piece here. That will be my second layer. And I'm going to think about my little post that will hold up all of my other little shelf pieces. So I'm going to kind of think about how I want to do this here, because I have lots of ideas, but you can do whatever you want for your little shelf. I just want to have a little base to put all of our little fun items on. So I'm using a little bit of hot glue to just put a little line of glue there. My shelf, again, I think I want it to be about that tall. And then my little post. Oh, let's make sure I actually cut my little post piece the right height here. Make a small adjustment, but that's okay. All right. Then hot glue on the top and bottom of my little chipboard piece. And this guy, I think I want him to be right here. All right, so this is my little shelf I have so far. Whoops. Shelf to actually be straight. Though someone this week did do a really fun little diagonal shelf, which I also really liked. I just love how creative everyone has been this week. It's been so much fun. All right, I think I want to do another little post over here. I just want to just kind of build and just have a great time. That's the whole point of my craft this week, is for everyone to just get inspired and just make something that makes them happy. It makes me happy when people are creating things that bring me joy. Okay. All right, so we have another little shelf there. Okay, so it's coming along. All right, and then I think I want to do one more little piece. I'm going to make a little tiny miniature shelf on the top. Because I love mini things. And I have this little tab here I'll slide into. Some people this week were making like towers. It was really cool with their chipboard pieces. And what's cool about using chipboard is that you can kind of create whatever shelf design you really like. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be fun and exciting. All right, so then I have all sorts of fun moss pieces, and these are just some miscellaneous random pieces of moss and outdoorsy stuff. There's even some random walnut shells in here, different sizes of moss, but the standard moss I think is the best because it just looks magical and it's kind of whimsical. And I'm going to kind of apply some glue at the bottom here, the bottom of my little posts, and I'm going to tuck in some little moss on this little side there. I just think that's kind of fun and kind of cute. I'm going to do that in a couple of little places too. Just some little tufts. You can see how it's kind of coming along. I know I put a little bit of moss up here and a little moss right here. Okay. All right. Oh, so far it's coming along wonderfully. I'm very happy with it. So cute. All right. Tuck all my little moss pieces away so other people can have fun and use those too. Ignore my giant mess happening here. Whoa. There we go. Okay. All right. Slightly messy craft, but there's nothing wrong with that. If there's a mess, then it usually means there's creativity happening. All right, so then also we have like a cute little light catcher, my little sentiment that says hello sunshine, really cute. I have some miscellaneous other little bits and bobs, and of course I have some fun little rocks. So I have some little rocks I'm gonna lay out. All right. Then we also want to have a little fun little vial. So we have our little vial here. You can fill it with whatever brings you joy, makes you happy. So you can put little stars in there, you can put moss in there. I did actually put moss in my original shelf that I did because I made multiple shelves now. Ah, so fun. But I think that for the purposes of my creativity today, I'm going to put these star sequins in my little vial because I think that will just be super fun. I'm going to use a little dowel or a skewer to kind of poke my little things in. And I'm just going to shove as many little stars in here as I can get. All different kinds and sizes. All different kinds of stars in here. It's been so fun seeing everyone's creations this week. We've had so many people coming in to make the craft. Kids, adults, anyone of any ability is welcome to come in and make our little crafts. And we just have a great time, and it gives you an experience to make something even if you don't have all the supplies at home. I really wanted to make my crafts accessible for a lot of people. All right, so once you have something fun in your little vial, again, that's whatever your heart desires, then you can, of course, seal it if you want to. I think that I'm going to actually have my little vial. I'm going to leave it open because I kind of like that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it in place with my hot glue. And I think I want my little vial to kind of be on the end over here. And I'm going to add in some cute little rocks just to make it a little bit more fun and exciting. So I'm going to do some rocks down here. Also, by having the rocks in place, that also helps to make it so that your shelf actually stays in place, because the bottom now will be heavy enough where that will hold down. Before we apply the rocks on there, sometimes the shelf can be a little bit unstable just because it's all the same weight on the top and bottom, and as we have more things on the top, your shelf can actually become top heavy by accident. So just kind of preparing you for that in case you were thinking about adding tons of stuff on the top but not very much on the bottom. You definitely want to make sure to add rocks onto the bottom. And then, because again, I want to make it as magical as possible, I'm going to actually add in some little stars on the outside, kind of tucked in. And it's like they fell. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Put these little guys around here. Again, you can kind of do whatever you like for your little creation there, but I just want you guys to get inspired and get some fun ideas that make you happy. Whoops. Alright, so far this is what I have. I have my little vial, I have my little rocks and my little moss on my little shelf. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, alright, so the next little thing I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add in some more rocks on the far side over here, and then we're going to start adding in our fun little plants. Alright. I just kind of want to look at this like this is like a little outdoorsy, but also like a magical little shelf, like a little fairy shelf. Alright, so I know I'm going to add in my little crystal at some point. I'm going to put my little stars away. Okay, so now let's talk about the plants. So I have these fun corks here. So these are wine corks. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab a pair of scissors and you're going to slice into it partially. I know it's not going to slice all the way through. I don't expect it to. But what's going to happen is it's going to weaken that area, and you just take your hands and you're just going to snap that right in half, or wherever you put your slice mark. So I end up with like a large pot for my plants and some smaller ones. So you can use whatever kind of designs you want for your little corks. There's different shapes and sizes for corks, kind of depending on what you're wanting to do. I even saw someone earlier this week use one of these and put like a little succulent bunch. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. So just know you've got lots and lots of ideas. In fact, because of the little succulent bunch, I might add a tiny little bit of moss in there and just to make it look a little bit more fun and festive. But again, it's really up to you what you want to do for your little creation. So I'm going to add a little bit of moss there. All right, now to make the plants. So I'm actually going to use the lid from my little vial as also like a little pot for some plants. I'm done with the rocks for right now. I'm going to tuck this to the side in case I need to add some more rocks in a little bit later. And my Hello Sunshine sentiment I'll come back to in just a moment. Okay, so we have all of this fun green paper to play with. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple different styles of plants. So first off, you can create like a little stem, which is a little strip of paper. And then I'm going to actually cut out some little tiny leaves. So in order to do this, I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to fold it in half, and I cut out some like little half circle leaf kind of bits, which are going to be my little leaves. Oh, apparently I'm only going to be able to get 2 out of here, but that's okay. 1, 2, and we'll do a couple more over here. 3, and I will get 1 more. All right. So these are going to fold in half. They're going to unfold, but they're currently folded in half. And I'm going to do some little slice marks all the way along the sides. All right, so I've kind of put little slices into all the sides here, but not on the folded side. So when you open it up, it kind of looks like a little leaf shape. All right, and I'll just kind of show you that again here. So I'm just doing tiny little slices, kind of creating almost like a fringe along the edge of the open side. So you have like, let's say that this is like a taco shape. It's the top part of the taco, so to speak. Okay? So then you have your cute little leaves. All right, so then we have our little cork here. We have like our little rocks. We have our Hello Sunshine. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out some more little fun leaf things. So then, and then we're gonna put our little leaf creations together. Here we are. All right. So I'm gonna cut out like some, maybe like some little air plant looking things. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna cut out some really skinny little triangles. And we're gonna kind of cut little slices like this. All right, so I'm cutting it like tiny, like super skinny little triangles. Okay, because I want to make something that kind of looks like a little air plant. All right, so then check out this technique. All right, so you're probably looking at these and you're like, I don't know if that really looks like a plant. I agree. So what you're gonna do is you're going to curl it like you would curling ribbon. So you put the paper up against the edge of the blade of the scissors and you pull quickly, and look at that, it does a little curly cue. Isn't that amazing? All right, so we're gonna do that with all of our little tiny, the ends of our little tiny triangles there. Boop, 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 boop. To make an adorable little air plant looking situation. Okay, all right, so that will be my second plant. And then for my third plant, because I'm gonna do one more little plant, I'm gonna take this color paper, I think, and I'm gonna cut myself a series of little leaves. I'm gonna fold my paper into thirds. This is a really great way to use up little scraps of paper, because then if you have little scraps laying around of like different shades of green, you could easily cut them up to make cute little plants. Really simple and very, very fun. All right, so I'm cutting myself some kind of palm-like shapes like these little guys. And I'm gonna take those little guys all together. I'm gonna fold them in half hot dog way. All right, and that will be my last little plant. Okay, so now I have my little bits. Obviously there's some suede paper in here. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut out one more. This little kit that came in earlier this week did this most adorable little cactus shape by cutting kind of a little wiggly kind of shape. And I thought that was just so fun, especially because the suede paper is kind of fuzzy. I thought that was a really clever idea. So we're gonna do that too, I think. All right, that one, and we'll do this guy last. Again, just kind of putting like some little wiggly shapes that could be plants. I love how plants are not really specifically looking like one thing, so you can just really get creative as you want with the little plant leaves, which I really like. Okay, all our little scraps will go away, and we'll start gluing. All right, here we go. All right, so then we're gonna take our little half cork and put a little dab of hot glue in the center, and then we're gonna take all of our little bits here. I'm gonna start out with my little cactus bit, and we're just gonna tuck in all of our little plant pieces right into the hot glue. And so it looks like it's coming out of the center of the cork, but it's actually just sitting right on top. And it looks just like a little plant. Isn't that fun? I just thought that was a really cute little clever idea that one of our customers came up with. I was like, oh, how fun, how fun. All right, so we have our cute little cactus plant. You might have to press and hold those in place for just a moment while the glue dries. All right, and then next, whoops, come on little plant, you got it. There we go. All right, then next, I have my little air plant looking thing. So I'm gonna put, again, a little dab of hot glue right in the center there. And then I have all of my little curly little triangles here that we're gonna press in place. They gotta work kind of quickly because again, the hot glue will dry. And it just looks like perfect tiny little plants. Yay! All right, plant, plant, plant. Little curlicues. All right, and more on this side. Little itty bitty guys. And kind of pull those up towards the top. Oh my gosh, look how adorable that little plant is. Ah! I just love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, so fun. And then of course the one that kind of looks like little fronds. I'm gonna need another little piece of cork. You guys, when you're making this, I think we'll get a couple different corks to play with. So this one here, I want these large leaf ones. Oh, I have more than 3 plants. Well, it's okay. I'll do something else over here with this little guy. All right, so we'll do this guy. Again, all of my little giant little fronds here, my leaves. So looks like it's growing. Maybe you have ideas for what the names of these plants are going to be, but I like to create lots of different kinds of plants and then kind of leave it up to the viewer to determine what kind of plants they might be. Okay. All right, so there we have our last little plant. Whoops. Okay. All right, so then, once you have all your little plants, oh, we're gonna do this little guy here. I'll show you how this one is done. All right, so this plant here, I have my little stem piece. So I'm gonna lay the stem down first. I'm gonna press that there. And then I have all of my little leaf pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open these little guys up and I'm gonna kind of bend them out. And then I'm going to stick my little leaves onto the sides of my little stem that I just created. So I'm doing just a tiny little bit of glue just on the leaf end, and I'm just going to stick it on. Or in this case, I've stuck the glue first and now I'm sticking the leaves on. I probably would recommend it the other way, where you put the glue on the leaves first and stick them, rather than the glue being here and then sticking the leaves to the glue, just because the glue, we tend to kind of use a lot of glue when we use hot glue. So I want you to be successful there. I'm going to trim my little topper there, and I'll put one more little leaf at the bottom. All right. Okay. So, however you've created your plants is totally fine. You don't have to do the same plants as I did, but it's still kind of fun to have different kinds of plants in your little creation. Whoops, I need a little bit more glue on that one. Didn't actually bond to the hot glue because my hot glue dried so fast. All right, there we are. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a little patch of like some little succulents or some like little moss of some kind. You can do whatever you'd like with that. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna go back to my little shelf and then start building and adding things on. So you can put your plants wherever you like. Oh my gosh, there's so many amazing options. Oh my gosh, where are all my little plants gonna go? Oh, they're all gonna fit on here. Well, that's okay. That's why we have choices. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my cactus piece, I'm gonna cut my cacti just a little bit shorter so that they'll fit in different parts of my shelving. Oh, so it's gonna fit down here, maybe. Sure, we made it work. All right, hot glue on the bottom of each of the little corks. We'll lay that down, let's take that in place. So there's one little plant. All right, and let's see here, got all my other little plants. One here. I'm gonna put this guy right here, I think. My little succulent little dish. Ooh, the succulent dish might have to pass this time, which is totally fine. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Just didn't have enough space, and that is a-okay. Oh, I could also put a little plant in here. Ah, maybe I'll do one more little air plant or something. I haven't decided yet. It's just a small little plant. And fill that with hot glue. And it will look like my little plants are sitting in some water or something, like we are waiting for them to sprout, perhaps. Okay, tiny cute little plant. All right, and I'll put this little guy, I think, next to the other one on the top shelf. Okay, so fun. And then this guy, I think, is going to go up here. Oh my gosh, magnificent. All right, now that I have all my plants displayed, now it is time for me to fill in with my little light catcher. So I think I'm going to put that on the bottom. And let's see if there's any other little things. I think it's time for my hello. I might actually add a couple more little rocks in here before I added my hello sunshine. So I'm going to do some little rocks on the top shelf. I'm going to do some smaller rocks on the top shelf because, again, I don't want my creation to be too top heavy. I don't want my plant shelf to fall over. Do one more rock down. All right, Now for the little Hello Sunshine on the side. I'm just gonna put some hot glue on the back side of my little vial here. And then I have my little Hello Sunshine, and I'm just gonna stick that in place. And kind of peek around the corner here. All right, and there we have our adorable little shelf. Look how cute it is, friends. Oh my gosh, I just love that so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. I want my little creation here to be able to stand up, so I'm going to trim off whatever's hanging on the bottom that will prevent it from sitting flat. But there we have our absolutely adorable little plant shelf creation. Isn't that so fun? I hope you guys had a great time today, and I hope that you were able to find some materials around your house or stop by the shop and find some little things to make your own little plant shelf. I just had so much fun making these this week, and I hope you guys had a really great time too. All right, have fun, and I'll see you guys again soon, friends. Bye-bye.